Okay, so this is an article that ProPublica put out last year, February 2023, that gives you an idea of how just unbelievably cruel, callous, and evil this company is. And not just Thompson, but the poor workers that Witter is addressing in that video as well, who laughed at denying this man care. So United Healthcare tried to deny coverage to a chronically ill patient. He fought back, exposing the insurer's inner workings. In May 2021, a nurse at United Healthcare called a colleague to share some welcome news about a problem the two had been grappling with for weeks. United provided the health insurance plan for students at Penn State University. It was a large and potentially lucrative account. Lots of young, healthy students paying premiums in, not too many huge medical reimbursements going out. But one student was costing United a lot of money. Christopher McNaughton suffered from a crippling case of ulcerative colitis, an ailment that caused him to develop severe arthritis, debilitating diarrhea, numbing fatigue, and life-threatening blood clots. His medical bills were running nearly $2 million a year. United had flagged McNaughton's case as a high-dollar account. The company was reviewing whether it needed to keep paying for the expensive cocktail of drugs crafted by a Mayo Clinic specialist that had brought McNaughton's disease under control after he'd been through years of misery. On the 2021 phone call, which was recorded by the company, Nurse Victoria Kavanaugh told her colleague that a doctor contracted by United to review the case had concluded that McNaughton's treatment was not medically necessary. Her colleague, Dave Operman, reacted to the news with a long laugh. So let's hear that.
Victoria, sorry to bother you. I have some updated news for you, though.
Okay.
We did get the medical review back from the gastroenterologist, and he states that it's not medically necessary treatment. Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
I did too, but I thought maybe they saw something I didn't because I'm not a doctor. So, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I kept my fingers crossed, but I've assumed this since this woman, you and I had this conversation when you're.
So this woman, he's talking about the patient's mother.
Screaming and yelling and throwing tantrums before reviews are even done.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the these are the fine people that you have working over at United Health Group who are being unfairly maligned in the wake of this horrible act. So here is Mr. McNaughton himself reacting to the tape.
I mean, honestly, when I heard that recording, I just felt kind of sad because it seemed like it was a level beyond just sort of like ruthless business. It seemed almost like the denials were malicious in terms of like celebrating that somebody's like at that point they had letters from my doctors saying that I would have life-threatening health consequences without these medications, and to be laughing about that, like I just think that's sort of the lowest of the low. Like I don't see how you could sort of bring yourself to do that. You sort of always sometimes may imagine the worst, but then this was beyond anything that I could have ever really imagined happening, that somebody would laugh at the fact that someone's treatment had been denied and they would have life-threatening health consequences, or that their life would be miserable.
Well, part of why they're laughing about that is because they are obviously incentivized to deny care.
Right.
That's how health insurance companies make money, is to deny care. So that would be like if a guy's costing you, if a patient's costing the insurance company $2 million a year in medical bills, if they get that care denied, let's just say for simplicity's sake, they get all of it canceled, and I'm not saying that's what happened, That's the equivalent of like a Wolf of Wall Street scene where Leo DiCaprio makes a huge sale and he hangs up and of course they're going to be celebrating that. That's money in the bank. That's what they get paid to do.
Of course. And the article gets into what they did, what came out in the lawsuit. They had doctors who said, no, he needs this treatment. They finally found one who would rubber stamp it, and they said, good enough.
Right.
Plausible deniability.
Yep.
So here is them talking about how useless it would be for him to appeal.
So let me ask you a question, because we're going to end up there. I mean,
I know we are.
Do we just move straight there and have this guy do a peer-to-peer with their physician, or I just think it's a waste of money and time to appeal and send it to another one when we know we're going to get the same answer. It's just the way we just wasted everybody's time and money and letting everybody stay angry longer and drag this out when we already know that's where it's going to be. And my guess is it's going to go there, and we're still going to say no.
Yeah. So don't even try to get this coverage, because it's just going to end up there. It's just going to end up in the same place. All right. So a little bit more of the article. More than 200 million Americans are covered by private health insurance. But data from state and federal regulators shows that insurers reject about 1 in 7 claims for treatment. Now, this is why they do this. Many people faced with fighting insurance companies simply give up. One study found that Americans file formal appeals on only 0.1% of claims denied by insurers under the Affordable Care Act. And that's what Keaton's saying. All the incentives are in the wrong direction.
Right.
All the incentives are towards denying care and making you fight for it, because you'll probably go away.
Right.
Insurers have wide discretion in crafting what is covered by their policies beyond some basic services mandated by federal and state law. They often deny claims for services that they deem not medically necessary. When United refused to pay for McNaughton's treatment for that reason, his family did something unusual. They fought back with a lawsuit which uncovered a trove of materials, including internal emails and tape-recorded exchanges among company employees. Those records offer an extraordinary behind-the-scenes look at how one of America's leading healthcare insurers relentlessly fought to reduce spending on care, even as its profits rose to record levels. As United reviewed McNaughton's treatment, he and his family were often in the dark about what was happening or their rights. Meanwhile, United employees misrepresented critical findings and ignored warnings from doctors about the risks of altering McNaughton's drug plan. At one point, court records show, United inaccurately reported to Penn State and the family that McNaughton's doctor had agreed to lower the doses of his medication. Another time, a doctor paid by United concluded that denying payments for McNaughton's treatment could put his health at risk, but the company buried his report and did not consider its findings. The insurer did, however, consider a report submitted by a company doctor who rubber-stamped the recommendation of a United nurse to reject paying for the treatment. So this is just absolutely disgusting. No, Matt Walsh, it's not woke. It's not because he was a white man. Has absolutely nothing to do with it. It is because these companies are disgusting parasites that should not exist. And it touches the lives of red Americans and blue Americans, of everyone living under this system who's not wealthy enough not to have to worry about this kind of thing, which is not very many people. You, for example, Barry Weiss, sure, but most people don't have that. Fuck the insurance company's money. It doesn't matter. I can pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, these stories exist in such multitudes. I mean, that's an extremely gutting example, just when you hear them laughing about, fighting with this poor guy's mother about his treatments.
This woman ranting.
Yeah, this woman
How
ranting.
dare she?
Yeah. And that's the thing. There's no excuse for these fucking people. Like, look, if you are a trained sniper and you join the military and you kill people, I personally think that is a terrible way to make a living, but that is your field of training. You know, you're a trained gunman. So whatever you end up doing, it's going to be something, but probably pretty bad. You can be a faceless bureaucrat for the Parks Department if you want to be a faceless bureaucrat. You don't have to be a faceless bureaucrat for these murderous insurance companies. Right. These people choose this. It is depraved. It is just absolutely depraved. And so this is why there is this just outpouring,
of course,
of rage at these insurance companies. This has been going on for a very, very long time. It's nothing new. And, you know, this shows, you know, that there really is a class-based organizing that is possible. That is the silver lining of this.
It is. And I also hope this wakes people up, because this is something that I've really been drilling down on since I went to the Dissident Dialogues. These people, the Daily Wire, these people serve the ruling class. They are not the idea, and Trump, his cabinet. These people are not, they're billionaires themselves.
Yeah.
They're not there to fight
They
power.
mean you harm. They don't
They're
mean
not,
you well.
These are your bitter class enemies.
Yep.
Throwing you they're woke. Come on, wake up, man. Wake up. It's the same way that the liberal class throws the woke stuff at their people. They're doing the same shit to you. Wake up, man. Look at that. Look at how Matt Walsh does that video. Look at how Barry Weiss reacts. And they thought they could wrangle all the MAGA people to go, yeah, damn woke left-wing communists. No, man, but these people probably are in fucking medical debt, or they have people in their family in medical debt. They have people who they know have died because of insurance companies like this. Wake up. If you thought these people were your friends, that is a mask off moment for you. Those are the interests they serve. They are feeding your cultural grievances in order to take the heat off their true masters, the billionaires. It's just another wing of the same oligarchy that is crushing your life. The fights you're seeing between the deep state and the Trump cabinet members, that's not about you, and it's not for you, and you're not going to benefit from it. That is a fight about who holds power among the aristocrats. Right. This is not storming the Bastille. This is the War of the Roses. It is different wings of the aristocracy fighting over who gets the goodies. And you know who's not going to get the goodies? You. Right. You. They're your enemy.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said that better myself.
Please clap.